So I really don't know about the rest of you, but I've seen all I've needed to see from these trailers and these TV promotions. It is absolutely insane. The Bleach live-action movie comes out in a couple weeks from now, and I just couldn't be happier to talk about it with you guys. Honestly, the movie looks very successful. The CGI, everything about it. Shinsuke Sato has done an amazing job with his team, and I really do have to say it feels like Bleach has come to life. Shinsuke Sato, Sota Fukushi, and everyone else has done an amazing job, and I haven't even seen the movie yet, but I'm giving it so much praise because of these trailers and these TV promotions. Everything looks solid, everything looks down pat. There is just so much hype around this movie, and I'm glad they took so long to give us these trailers, because honestly, if they gave us trailers early on, it would lose its hype altogether. So I'm really glad they gave us these trailers just a couple weeks before the movie to build that hype. We also have an interesting article from Crunchyroll. If you're looking forward to director Shinsuke Sato's live-action Bleach movie, you better plan on hopping over to New York City this July. Anime New York City, powered by Crunchyroll, and Japan Society will be bringing the US premiere to Japan Cuts Festival of New Japanese Films on July 28th, and Shinsuke Sato will be on hand to introduce it. The Japan Cuts Festival takes place at New York's Japan Society, which is where Sato will be making his rare appearance. Beyond introducing the film, the director will also participate in the post-screening Q's and A's with attendees. So basically, this puts the US premiere of Bleach just about a week after the July 20th opening in Japan. And I've got to say I'm quite shocked considering the fact that these tickets for this event went on sale, and the fact that they sold out in 1 to 2 hours. Just really try to think about that. Just really let that sink into your mind. The action scenes, the swordplay, the choreography, everything looks absolutely stunning. I really do want to see this movie, and I want to see how far they've come with it. Rule number 1 here, and never forget the first rule. We haven't seen the entire movie. We've only seen the trailers. We've only seen the promos, and I know this kind of contradicts what I've been saying about the movie earlier with the past few videos, but do not get your hopes overboard. We haven't seen the entire movie. So it's hard to say if it will actually do well in terms of the full story, what we will be seeing from this movie. It's all going to take some time. The movie's coming out soon, and hopefully it does hit other regions, like I've been saying, so that other people are able to see this movie. And we know that there are a lot of Bleach fans out there who do wish to see it. So what you guys are viewing right now is behind the scenes, obviously, and the sword fighting, again, it looks ferocious and very well depicted. It's insanely fast swordplay. Like, seriously, just look at this. It's as if the actors are really trying to kill each other. I'm loving the movements very much. I can see why Kubo was pleased with this film. It will do great. That's what happens when you let your guard down. Even the haters' opinions are changing drastically. And you know, after I saw that article on how they are striving to improve the aspects of CGI and everything else, I started to think to myself that maybe this Japanese live action will change the raw opinion that viewers have on live action movies most of the time. And of course, we had to wait for the trailers before judging. The first few leaked screenshots simply didn't do it for me. To me personally, I had to see what they were doing firsthand with this movie. This has gone far beyond my imagination and has surpassed my expectations completely. And on Bleach, of all series, they did not treat this as a joke. They worked vigorously on this project. It's still quite hard for me to fathom the level of CGI that they have accomplished here. Like, oh my goodness. The acting seems top-notch in my personal opinion, and their reactions towards the situations they are placed in throughout these trailers, as far as I can see, nothing was cringe about it. A big part of me can feel the seriousness of these actors and what they have done. They are very intimidating. So far, without even seeing the movie, it just feels like to me that they have poured their hearts into these roles. The movie has come a very long way. Without a doubt, I believe this movie will be successful, and then later on down the road, after possible success, they will be able to produce 2 more movies as they had originally planned. The director Shinsuke Sato said that he really wants to do the Soul Society arc with a much bigger budget, depending on how the first movie will play out. I believe it can. I know they can do it. Just really take your time to think about that. Soul Society in a live action movie, just think about the sheer size of that entire place, the characters, and everything that will go down in that arc for the next installation of the live action series of Bleach. Just imagine Kenpachi, Toshiro, Old Man Yama, Kyoraku, Jushiro. Just imagine all of those characters. It's gonna be amazing to see what they can do with the Soul Society arc. With Bleach in 2018, a live-action film, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I feel like they can do a lot more with a bigger budget. But of course, I am getting ahead of myself. Let's see how far they can go with the first movie before we speculate and assume anything else. As far as the 30-second promotional videos go, I'd have to say that these two caught my eye especially, and these are the latest ones. One of them is focused around Uryu Ishida, and the other is focused on Rukia. And just looking at her promo, it doesn't look like Renji or Byakuya will finish Ichigo off with the final blow. It looks like she's defending him, and in exchange, she will go to Soul Society with Renji and Byakuya, and that is how it played out in the manga and obviously the anime. Always remember that there are a couple things that have changed in this movie because they don't want to keep it exactly the same as the anime, and that is understandable. Since this is a movie, they need to condense the material. I'll be honest here, they might leave a few things out of this movie, like the Menos Grande. They might leave Kon out, but Kon is a very precious piece of the story. You can't just leave him out. As I talked about a couple videos ago, if they did include Kon, I just hope that they didn't disrespect him. Next up, we have Urahara's shop, which does look very, very clean. It looks fresh, and inside it looks very, very detailed. And there's a lot of antiques in the store, a lot of statues. In the biggest and latest trailer, we only caught a glimpse of the inside, not the outside. I don't really think they changed it too much, but the interior does look a little different from the animated and manga version. Needless to say though, it does look breathtaking. So no matter how you slice it, this is a very detailed movie. The background is nicely detailed. You have the bright, clear blue sky, damaged buildings with nothing but destruction and debris. I'm not really going to question the morality of this script or criticize it, because honestly, everything's looking great so far. There are a couple changes, but I'm completely fine with it, okay? Most of the time, you can never really capture the feeling and originality of an anime, as I've said through our past discussions. Here, with this film, we have a solid script following Kubo's strict vision of Bleach. Because, you know, I made a video in the past, remember what I said, Kubo denied the Hollywood version of Bleach because they were not following the material properly, and that really rubbed him the wrong way, so he decided to scrap it altogether. He told them no after many times of them asking him, can we do this, can we do that? He still disagreed with everything that they wanted to do, and ultimately he just didn't want to do it. And then it led to the Japanese version where he felt, let's see, what's the word here? He felt at ease. Because, let's be very honest here, we do not want a repeat of Dragon Ball Evolution, and we do not want a repeat of Death Note. As for Kubo's concern with the movie, for instance, the very first thing we heard about was Ichigo's hair color. The concern is no longer an issue, of course. However, I'm still wondering why he didn't do anything with Orihime's hair color. It is stuff like this that differentiates the series' original aspects, and we just move on and be thankful that we got a beautiful actor playing the role of Orihime. The differences I have noticed are as follows. First of all, Rukia is teaching Ichigo how to handle a sword in a park. An interesting approach indeed. Needless to say, Ichigo must acquire skill if he's going to be a Soul Reaper in this movie. Receiving basic training from Rukia speaks volumes. And then of course we have a weird scene with an irregular change of pace where Uryu steps in and starts confronting Ichigo, ultimately asking him if he is a Shinigami. And then it has me thinking, after this nice heart-to-heart chat, Uryu then asks Ichigo to come up to the rooftop because he has something he really wants to show him. Get on the ground. I'm sorry, what? I said get on the ground. And that pretty much about sums it up. Uryu still considers Ichigo an enemy throughout this movie. And then of course, later on down the road, Uryu and Ichigo will join forces to fight Grand Fisher and obviously Byakuya and Renji. And now, moving right along, one of my favorite scenes from one of these promos, Uryu's promo, is him pursuing Renji with his bow and arrows. This is taking place at night, and of course we can see Renji, he's being shot down, but we cannot see Uryu anywhere in this scene because he's obviously camping, like someone from out of Call of Duty. I can't see him. With this very scene, we do know that Byakuya and Renji have arrived in the world of the living to pursue Rukia and take her back to Soul Society where she will be executed. I'm very glad to see that some of these scenes are staying true to the anime because Uryu arrives at night and he just claims that he was making a run, a milk run, and then he just came across Rukia and two Soul Reapers having a weird discussion, and that is probably what is going to go down in this movie, just probably in a different way, I don't know. So moving right along with the rest of the characters from the Bleach series that we have not seen yet. For instance, from Urahara Shop, we haven't seen Tessai, Jinta, Ururu, and then of course from Ichigo's class we have not seen Tatsuki, Keigo, Mizurio, Chizuru, Michiru, etc. But hopefully we do see them, and also Yoruichi. Yoruichi and Kon, those are two very important characters in the story. As for Orihime, Chad, and Urahara, there has been much concern surrounding them, many mixed opinions. My opinion, I don't even care. As I said, I'm happy about mostly everything. I'm not completely sure how you guys feel about them, because for Chad's actor, people wanted a true cross between Hispanic and Japanese. Also, they are asking things like, did they nail his height, and is he jacked? I don't know too much about the actor myself, but so far he does look the part, and I'm very sure he will provide professional acting for Chad. It doesn't take much for someone such as Chad. The bottom line here is, he and Urahara, as well as Orihime, just in my opinion, they all look very accountable for these roles. Along with everyone else we've seen, Rukia's hair wasn't an issue for me either. We have critics praising this film in one review, being a faithful adaptation as one of the best in the last 10 years of live-action movies. We will see more results when the movie comes full circle on July 20th. But overall, all is going well with this movie so far. I haven't seen anything yet, of course, because the movie is not out. It will be out in a couple weeks, and it's just really hype. I hope you guys are really hyped for it, because honestly, looking at these trailers and promos, how could you not get hyped? So please let me know how you feel about the movie in the comments below, and of course I will leave a bunch of links in the description for you guys to check out. And of course, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. It means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys in the next Bleach video.
If possible, I had hoped to end this without using this Bankai.
Finish him!